Hello everyone, and welcome to today's tutorial. Just as we said earlier on in our previous tutorial, we made mention of slide orientation, saving presentation, and adding slide numbers. So today is the day we are going to learn how to do all these things. And let's start with slide orientation. Now there are two forms of orientations. We have the landscape and then the portrait. So this is how a landscape would look like. In a landscape, it looks some like this, and in a portrait presentation, it looks like this. So you can see that the lines are very much different. This looks like a phone, and this looks like a desktop machine. So this is what a portrait looks like, and I mean, this is what the landscape looks like, and this is what the portrait looks like. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because there are different types of projectors. As you are going to present, you are going is most likely going to be projected, and certain projectors are in the form of landscape, others are in the form of portrait. And it's not that day or that point in your presentation where you'd have to go to your projector settings and change everything to suit your presentation. A simple tweak in the Microsoft PowerPoint's presentation can just change everything for you. So let's learn how to do that. Let's go back. So I'm going to move these guys so we can start our work. So in changing the orientation of your document, you are most likely still going to be in the home tab. So you'd have to move to the design tab over here and click on the design tab, exactly where we got our this design from. So when you are in the design tab, you go to this point, this part of our presentation, you'd see slide size. Click on the drop down, and then we have our two forms. We have the widescreen and also the standard. The widescreen is usually associated to the portrait, and the standard it's more of a square. But we talked about putting it in portrait, so you'd have to come to customize, and then you change the orientation over here. So you can see over here we have our landscape down here, and we have our portrait. So if you wanted your and good, they represented it over here. You can see that they show the portrait view and also the landscape view. So if you wanted your document to be in the landscape, put it in you click on landscape. Yeah, you click on landscape. If you wanted it to be in portrait, you click on portrait. So let's not get here. Let's just leave it here. So we want our slides to be in our landscape view so that we can continue our learning. But this is just how you change it from landscape to portrait. So I'm going to cancel it, and I'm going to take away these guys. So now let's talk about slide numbers. How do we add numbers to our slides? So in adding numbers to our slides, you have to come to the insert tab. Sorry. So let me pin this up again. We have to come to the insert tab over here, and then you have different functionalities. Move on to the text group here. You will see slide number. So you click on slide number, and then you'll be greeted with this screen over here. So with this screen, you can decide to add the date and time so that as you move on from slide to slide, the dates and the time will be displayed there. But we are more interested in slide numbers. So you just come down here to slide number, and then you check the box over here. So once you check this box, you click on apply all. So you click on apply all, and you can see that we now have our slide numbers attached. So you can see one here, you can see 2, 3, 4, 5, and what have you. So that's how it's in adding slide numbers. So make sure you come to insert tab, come to slide numbers, and then you check slide number, and you click on apply all, and then you have your numbers attached to it. So now let's go ahead and save this presentation. So before we save it, I want to add some few more words to it. So let's say 2024. 2024. Okay. Then should we say, I don't know what to add here. All right, let's add a table here. Let's add another table here. I don't think I have pictures on this machine. Good. So we are done with our edition and we want to save our document. So in saving our document, there are three ways you can do this. Simple Control plus S will save the document for you. And also clicking on the save command on the quick access toolbar would also save it for you. Thirdly, you could decide to come to file and then come to save. This is the backstage view, by the way. So coming to save will save the document for you. So now let's talk about the differences between save and save as. Some of you have probably wondered what their differences are. So let's say, for instance, this is our first time saving the document. This is our very first time saving the document. We'll have to come to save as, and then we'll select which part of our computer we want to save the document in. Do we want the document on our desktop? Do we want the document on our document? Or do you want to browse through our computer and manually select the parts of the document we want? But I'm going to leave this in desktop. I want the document on the desktop, so I'm going to click on desktop over here, and then you'd have to get a name for your document. Let's name it Lion. I am the worst when it comes to naming stuff, so let's name it Lion. If you look at my folders, you can see I have a folder called Real. If you open it, you're going to see a lot of nonsense inside. So let's name it Lion. I hope you let's bear. So Lion, then we click on save. So that's when we use the save as button. We use it when you're saving the document for the very first time. Now we now have our document saved. This document is already saved. Let's go to our desktop so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me take this junk off. Good. So we see our Lion here. Sorry. So we see our Lion here and it's saved. Let's open it again. So now imagine we made some few changes. Let's say we took this off and then we added let's say we added Fox. We added Fox here. Okay, Fox. So we've made changes to our documents, and hence we would want to make sure that these changes are not lost the next time we try opening our document or doing our presentation. So now at this point, you don't have to come to file again, then come to save. If you come to save, it's going to save the document as a whole new document. But we just made changes, all right? So it is this point that you use save command. So by clicking on save, you can realize that we've not been greeted with the window where we have to give the location, give the name, and what have you. It just saved. It's as if nothing happens. I can go ahead and save it again. It's still the same thing. So once you go to, so I'm going to close it now. So when we go back to our Lion presentation, we still have the changes we made in it. So that's just how we save our presentation. The other way is just by using the shortcut, which is Control plus S, and then it will be saved for you. So that's it for this tutorial, and hopefully in the next tutorial we'll talk about other things. We'll talk about adding headers and footers. We'll be talking about running the slideshow. We are finally going to run a slideshow, and then we'll talk about some few shortcuts you could use to make the work more streamlined and more easier. So that's it for today, and I hope you enjoy it. If you're enjoying this course, kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can leave a like and a comment, and then would we go link up, Charlie.